Hello everyone and welcome back to City Skylines 2 with me, Matt. That is right, we're back with another episode after a little bit of a week of back and forth, and gotta say Nvidia is still kinda not doing great on a lot of things, so yeah. Had to ask a friend for an older GPU, roll back some driver updates, and I actually might be able to get a full episode out. But anyways, you're not here for that. You're here for the good old City Skylines and what we are going to do today. And first off, we're gonna get out of this screen. Second off, we're gonna change this name to, oh my gosh, hang on, what was it? ACQ UA di Sorgente. So we got that going in, and thank you TCC7974 for that awesome name for our little area here. I think it's going to fit perfectly because I may or may not have something planned for maybe back here that may have to do with some water. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyways, as we kind of dive in here, things are looking good for the most part. You know, our population's going up and down. Money is actually the positive. Shockingly enough, we got plenty of demand. But what we got going on over here, because after last episode, I was really considering what the heck am I going to do over here? Because, you know, I got, our bus station, got some taxis, got a post office, got a crematorium, a little bit of hospital. Got a high school that's already kind of creeping up to 800, if you will. Got a little baseball, all that. Did a little spray painting over here, if you will. So I think that's looking pretty good. But what we're going to try and do today, we're going to try and put in some, get this, a little bit of maybe a pond or a lake back here. I think that's what we're going to try and do today. It's going to put a little pond lake back here, kind of create a little walkable area, and maybe get from here all the way over, connect things up, so on and so forth. But I think that's what we're going to try and do. Are we going to succeed? Well, yeah, I don't know if we're going to succeed, but we're going to try. And that's all that matters, as long as we try. Right? Right? Yeah, exactly. Anyways, our first thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to dig down just a bit. 50%? Oh boy, okay, there we go. 50%, I think it's going to be the one that we go with. But we're going to do with 50% here. I think that actually doesn't look half bad, maybe? Let's try and maybe go a little bit. I want to kind of level terrain, maybe about to there. Something like that wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I think that's going to look better. Something like that. Kind of bring it out, bring it down, and just kind of get some stuff there. We're also going to need to get rid of some trees here for sure. We get something that looks like this, where, obviously got a couple more trees to take out that, of course, I didn't see for some reason, but, it is what it is. But I think this is going to be a good little spot to kind of do our thing. Let me take these out so I don't forget them. Let's check. Anything else going on over here? Nope, I don't think so. All right, so that's actually looking pretty good. And so what I'm going to do is I need rocks. All right, so 4.3 should be good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of create a little rock area all the way around without the water in there, so that it becomes just a little bit easier to do. So let me go ahead and do that real quick so I can get my rock base going in and so on and so forth. And yeah, we can go on from there. Alrighty, so after a little bit of work, we got our little rock wall that looks like this. Is it perfect? No, but you know what? It's me and it's Skylines II, so you know nothing's ever gonna be perfect. While I was creating this, I also thought, you know what might be good? What if underneath it was actually mud? And that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing here. Is doing some, let's see if we can find some good mud. That's grass, pavement, sand, tiles, ground surface. Yeah, let's look for ground surface, mulch, pods oil, scattered leaves, mud. How does our mud look? Okay, potentially yes. Or we go with our wet one. Oh yeah, that one looks a lot better, to be perfectly honest. So I think that's the one we're gonna go with here, is this one. And so I'm just gonna kind of spread this out throughout and, you know, kind of just see what we can get going on here. All right, so after some quick work with that, that's kind of what our mud base is looking like. I think that's looking pretty dang good myself. I think that's gonna look a lot better, especially when we have water in there. So let's go ahead and I need to find water tool. Okay, I don't need a C. Let's see here. A lake, a riverbed, a stream. I need a lake. Right click to designate the surface elevation. We'll say like right there. Let's see what this does for us. Okay, not the best, but you know, let's see if we can try this again. Oops, wrong one. Let's try and maybe get this one up to here. I believe it was 114. I believe was our one, correct? There we go. Let's get that up and going. All right. Hot dang. I think we did it. Oh my gosh. I think we did it. In the first go too. No mistakes. Let's go. Dang. I'm actually like somewhat decent at this game. Somewhat. Oh my gosh. That's actually kind of crazy. It actually looks decent. Things are filled up. It actually looks like a lake. Oh, who knew? Wow, that actually looks really good. Instead of just like trying to put in something else, that actually looks really good, if I do say so myself. All right, what else we have to do here though is we need to get out of this screen because I want to go to, where is it? Over here. I want to be able to find large roundabout with a fountain. I want to be able to get this down there, you know? It'd be nice to have water spraying up if I can. So what I think I want to do is I want to put a little alleyway down underneath here and put 2 roundabouts on it because I'm really curious to see what that might look like. Okay, that worked. Sweet. Okay. Now can we get another roundabout to do that? Where is my stuffy stuff? There it is. All right. There we go. So we can do something like that. I think would look actually really cool. So now we have kind of fountains coming out. Again, something like that you would actually see. So to get oxygen within the water and kind of make sure that water is like moving, since we're kind of in a little pond, lake-esque thing. And it's not, doesn't have the ability to flow. So we need to kind of oxygenate the water so that we can do something about that. So I think that's going to be good looking. I think also what we need to do is we do need to put, where is it? Nope, over here, over here. We do need to put a pavement path around this. There we go. So we got something that looks like that, kind of walking around. So you're able to catch a little bit of this stuff. So I think that would be nice. Hopefully it does move it. Hopefully movement doesn't crash my game. There we go. Just so that I don't really want to 100% see it, but I'm okay. Like with this, like I can look down, I can see it. That's fine. But I don't want to 100% see it, if that makes sense. So yes, I think that's going to be a lot better looking. There we are. And of course we do have to put in our, that works. Why not? Something a little funky going on over there. One thing we do need to do is we do need to kind of do some detailing around here for sure. Because again, it does look, oh, those fountains look very, very nice if I do say so myself. Those look fantastic. I'm trying to think, what else should we put around? I think what I should do, I think anything on the inside, any trees on the inside, I'm going to get rid of. Because I think I'm also going to put like bushes around. So let me go ahead and delete all the trees on the inside. And then we can kind of get bushes in here to do what they need to do. That was actually very quick because there wasn't many of them. But as we go to our vegetation, kind of like just like a wildflower bush, something like that. That actually wouldn't be bad. Okay, I think I'm onto something here. Real quick, kind of get some bushes around here and kind of see what we can do with this. All right, so after a little bit of work, we got something that kind of looks like that. It's not, you know, it is what it is, you know, but it's all right. Ooh, why did I not get rid of that tree? That's all right. And ooh, was that I also actually put in a invisible path along this way. Because I think it would be kind of nice. Put a little, maybe some benches along this as well to kind of help with things out. But again, it kind of makes it look a little more interesting, if you will. So I think that's going to look kind of nice as well. Because also what we can do, we can get our paintbrush. That is right. I want this one, our strength. I want to kind of bring down to like 10 and kind of, you know, do something like that. Wouldn't it be bad? We can take away a little bit. There we go. Something like that. Wouldn't it be bad? Let's take a little bit away from it a little bit. Something like that. So yeah, something like that where it looks like it's a little bit worn, I think would be kind of nice as well. Something like that. So it looks a little bit different than the rest of them. There we go. That's looking good. Over there, we can also put in, let's try and find some benches. That right there wouldn't be bad. Right there wouldn't be bad. So something like that to kind of help out in regards to, oh, that'd be kind of cool to, you know, sit there and then watch and just look at the, just kind of look at the lake that we made and created. So I think that would be good right there. What else do we all, I mean, no matter what, we are going to need some trees. That is fact. That is 100% fact. We are going to need some trees. But just what kind of trees do we want? Okay. So we can get some good trees in here. And so what I'm thinking is kind of filling in these areas just a bit more with these trees and kind of doing more of a type of tree, like more detailed type of tree as we're closer to our park area. Also, what I might do, I might go around with this. I don't want the strength to be 50, but maybe 20. Kind of just go around a little bit and kind of darken these areas inside. I think that's going to look a little bit better. Let me calm it down to 10 here. Oop, little auto save. because I think that's what's going to also help out this area just a bit. Kind of make it look a little bit different than say the grass, just being like a very stark difference. So I think this is going to be kind of nice on there. There we go. Something like that's not looking half bad. There we go. There we go. Something like that where it's like you can kind of tell something was happening, and it's a decent transition from like wet to more of your dry-esque area. So I think that's going to help out as well. And then we need to put in our hickories, our oaks, spruces, and pines. But yeah, we can do something like that. I think that's going to look a lot better. There we go. Yeah. I think that's looking a lot better. It helps to have a little bit of that transition spray instead of just going from like dark to just bright light. So like that, I think that's going to be good. Worst case scenario, I can always bring it back a little bit too. So if I feel like it's kind of getting a little too dark, I can always kind of do a little spritzy spray to kind of delete it a little bit. Because I think actually I might need to do it, yeah, down here might need it a little bit more than usual. There we go. That's looking good. That's looking good. There we go. There we go. I think that's looking a lot better. Yeah, I think that's looking a lot better. Nice. All right, so now we need to kind of worry about this inside portion. And this is where these trees are going to come into play. Nope, I don't want to do that many. So I think that will be nice to have there. And then we do need, where is my summer stuff? Crepe myrtle. All right, so yeah, so I think that is going to look, hot dang, I think that's going to look a whole lot better than I thought it was going to look, to be perfectly frank. That looks, let's take a look at this from kind of above. Okay. That is looking good. That is looking really good, if I do say so myself. We got our things in the middle doing their thing. Oh, got some trees around. We got some summer ones. We got some autumn ones in there. Got some spring ones. Did we get up? I don't remember. Anyways, we've got some in there. Alrighty, everyone. I think that's all I got the time for today because of, well, certain situations. But I hope you enjoyed the episode. And if you did, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, as it greatly helps me out. That is right. And of course, don't forget to leave a comment, whether it's just saying, hey, Matt, don't forget about this. Hey, Matt, I like this. Or hey, Matt, I hate this. Or just, hey, Matt. Either or and all the above are always welcome, so don't you worry. And of course, until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great week. I want you to stay hydrated, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye now.